Here we go again.
Whoa. Hello and welcome back to the Shallow Proclamation. My name is Thomas and I am joined by Paul.
That's true.
Sorry, I stole your thunder.
Stole my line. No.
Yeah. Shameful behaviour.
I know, shocking. You think after 11 seasons we'd have got that down, but
Yeah.
You are free.
Nice. That was well done.
yeah, very well done.
Oh, it faded
Curled
away
up,
like a
Nick. Curled
Jedi
up.
dying.
Like how it curled up though, that's like spiders do.
Yeah, that was really nice actually, wasn't
I quite like that shot.
it? Yeah, that is awesome actually, isn't it?
It's quite a nice idea, the big steps up to this massive spider.
That is awesome.
I thirst for it. I ache for it.
Well, why is it so important to you?
You see this web of crystal above my head? It reproduces the pattern of my brain. One perfect crystal and it will be complete.
There you go, there was a piece missing, I told you.
Yeah, like a jigsaw.
You may watch the completion of my triumph before you die.
I have a horrible feeling this might be Pertwee's last episode. I doubt it. But
He does just keep going, season after season.
yeah, I don't know, this has quite a foreboding air to it, doesn't it?
It does, certainly does.
Ooh. Okay, I'll take that back. I don't think this is going to be the regeneration episode. For a second there, I thought Tom Baker was going to step out of the toilet. That would be an interesting way of doing it, wouldn't it? I absorbed
Yeah,
too
without
much
seeing-
energy and I regenerated.
Oh, Doctor, why did you have to go back?
I had to face
Ooh.
my fear, Sarah.
Maybe this is going to be the regeneration. I don't know, Paul. I don't know. Is Sarah Jane going to leave in this episode as well? What's going to happen?
That was more important than us going on living.
Please, don't die.
Tear? Sarah Jane? No, don't cry. While there's life, there's...
It's all right. He is not dead.
Oh, no. I don't think I can take much more.
I'm sorry to have startled you, my dear.
Won't you introduce me to your friend, Miss Smith?
Oh, yes, this is the abbot of... No, it's Choji. I mean, it looks like Choji, but it is really Campo Rinpoche. I think...
Thank you. That makes everything quite clear.
The doctor is alive.
You're wrong. It was
Brigadier,
dead.
full of his great
All
lines
the
of ways.
cells of his body have been devastated by the Metabelus crystals, but you forget. He is a Time Lord.
This guy is an
I will give the
interesting
process a
character.
little push and the cells will regenerate. He will become a new man.
Oh, it is happening. It is happening.
Of course, he will look quite different.
Not again.
And it will break up the brain cells a little. You may find his behavior
Not
somewhat
again.
erratic.
Well, when will all this happen?
Well, there's no time like the present, is there? Goodbye. Look after him.
So he gave it
wait
a
a
little
moment.
jog, little jump
Brigadier,
start.
Look! I think it's starting.
Well, here we go again.
Whoa. Whoa.
Here we go.
Called it. Called it. You knew that was coming, didn't you?
Oh, of course I knew it was coming. Like,
You played that very well. You were like, oh no, he just keeps on going.
well, the thing is, I was like, you must be having an inkling by now. We're getting near.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, Pertwee does. What's that? How many seasons was that? 5,
Something
7,
like that.
8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 5 full seasons. So, I mean, at the end of almost any season from about the third one on, you could have been thinking, oh no,
Yeah.
oh no, like, I don't think you would have been that surprised if you'd had another season after this. Like,
That's a lot. Yeah, it's a long stint, isn't it? Although episode-wise, is it as much as Hartnell and Troughton? Because their seasons were very long, weren't they?
sure, no, I don't think it is as long. I mean, in terms of time, it's 4 years. So technically, like 1970 to 74, I think. So,
He's been the longest-running Doctor
yeah, longest in the
to
role, I
date
think, at that point.
at that point. Yeah.
Even if not so much on the screen necessarily. I don't know exactly. Like sometimes the number of years doesn't always equate to the number of minutes so they did and so on. But
Yeah.
yeah. No, when you said like, oh, could this be it? Like you don't. I try not to kind of like be like, yeah, or you don't want to give it away. You want it to be as
Well, and a few episodes ago, I said it when he got shot with the lightning, didn't I? I was like,
I was like foreshadowing. Like,
yeah, interesting. It was quite emotional, but also like quite low key. Just kind of, but yeah, quite nice. It was in the unit HQ. We actually saw it happen this time, whereas Troughton to Pertwee. I mean, it's cool how he's introduced. He just flops out of the TARDIS, but it's also slightly disappointing not to see the regeneration, isn't it?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So obviously it's good here that they cast Tom Baker ready to go.
Yeah, and Tom Baker looks so young in that shot.
I know,
Compared to
yeah,
how I think of him as the Doctor. Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he does, particularly at the beginning, he does look quite young. Um,
yeah,
yes, I think they put the Brigadier, they brought it back to Earth. I think they wanted to have the Brigadier present
interesting.
for some level of continuity as well.
And Sarah Jane is still the companion, which is interesting because part of me was thinking, well, is she going to leave at the end of this season? But it's cool to have a companion overlapping multiple Doctors.
Yeah, so she's going to go into the Tom Baker era.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I guess
That's-
I would have known. I should have known that Sarah Jane was companion with Tom Baker as well. But yeah, it's funny how much of I pick up bits and pieces from when the modern era has referenced it, but I don't really know the classic era that well, which is why it's cool to kind of discover it for the first time.
yeah. Well, like you said when she first appeared at the beginning of this season, although you didn't necessarily recognize her,
Yeah,
but of course you didn't. You said you didn't know when. You didn't have a sense of when she might turn up.
yeah,
A bit like with the Master as well. Like you don't know that when the Master suddenly appears in Doctor Who, it's not obviously not until the Pertwee era. So up until then, you could be thinking, oh, is he going to crop up at some point? Like,
we haven't had K9 yet, have we?
no, not K9 yet. So
Yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
yeah. So I mean,
What
what
I
do you
watch
think?
Doctor Who for?
What do you make of the ending there with the regeneration?
I like it. So he died because he kind of that it was starting to destroy the cells in his body.
I think it's like radiation, isn't it?
Radiation.
Where the Great One was in the cave there.
Yeah, that's quite nicely done, isn't it? It's a little bit how David Tennant's Doctor dies because it's at first it's not obvious that he's dead, and you're kind of like, oh, cool, he's made it out of it, and you have that moment, oh, everything's fine.
Yeah.
And actually, Matt Smith, isn't it? Yeah, before he regenerated, he became young again. And you're like, oh, it's all well again, and it's like, yeah, you can just tell on his face. It's like, no, it's still coming. So that was nicely done, actually. I thought. I don't know. Sarah Jane doesn't seem. Well, she seems a bit flustered by it all, but she doesn't seem too like distressed at the idea that the Doctor's face is going to change. Maybe because she's just like, well, it's the same guy, isn't it? So, or maybe she hasn't really kind of wrapped her head around the implications of it, that it will be an entirely new personality as well. Because it's funny, though, isn't it? The Brigadier's like, oh, not this again.
It's like, here we go again. Yeah. No, I think that last scene for Pertwee is really nicely played out,
Yeah, I
with
want to get
him.
what was his final line again? It was quite moving, wasn't it?
Yes, I think it's very well delivered.
This guy showing up is quite funny.
And of course, that sort of sets the scene for you, doesn't it? That we get a regeneration earlier in the episode. We've got two regenerations.
Yes,
And it
indeed.
is the first time that they use the word regeneration, this story.
Is it?
It's not been used in previous.
Oh, I hadn't clocked that. Yeah,
Because
they didn't actually call it a regeneration
no, and even the
before.
Time Lord said, like, the time has come for you to change your appearance. And
Yes.
so this is the
Yes.
first. So you've had the first mention of Gallifrey at the beginning of the season in the Time Warrior, by name,
And
at
first
least.
mention of
First mention of
regeneration.
regeneration.
So we've kind of got everything now, haven't we? We've got the sonic screwdriver. We've got regeneration. We got the core. The core canon has been established.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's certainly there.
Please, don't die.
Tear? Sarah Jane?
Yeah, this is quite nicely played, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, don't cry.
Don't cry.
While there's life, there's...
Ah, nice. While there's life, there's what? What was he going to say, Paul?
Yeah, well,
He was about to say, Rose Tyler, I love you. And I will become you one day.
yes. Oh gosh. Um, yeah, I think it's a really nice line there. While there's life, there's hope. I think he uses that line earlier in either in this story or definitely earlier in the season.
Ah,
It,
so it's kind of a payoff.
it's definitely put into motion earlier. This idea, while there's life, there's hope, and then of course, the fact while there's life, there's, and then he dies. Um, So I mean, it's interesting, isn't it, to have the Doctor sort of, nor in a lot of the regenerations we see, the Doctor is still sort of compos mentis. He's still alive, but here that it's almost like he has died.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's really well acted, isn't it? Because he goes really, he looks really kind of, well, dead.
He looks awful. Like he really
Yeah,
does look unwell.
he
Like
does. And I guess they put a bit of makeup on or something. But yeah, he looks
yeah, yeah,
genuinely kind of lifeless. Yeah, yeah, which is a powerful part of the Doctor because yeah, even though he does regenerate, he still dies, doesn't he? There's still this sense of loss.
mm,
And Tennant has that great line, even though I change, it feels like dying. Some new
mm.
chap goes sauntering off and I'm dead. And there is a sense of, yeah, even though his sort of consciousness carries on, Pertwee's Doctor is now dead, which is sad. He's been a great Doctor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, certainly he's been like obviously. I mean, because we don't know the exact number of how long he was compared to Hartnell and Troughton off the top of our heads in actual number of stories and minutes and so on the screen, but certainly it's felt like a quite an era, hasn't it? Because it's been 5 whole seasons, um,
Absolutely.
and quite a distinctive one as well. Quite a distinctive era. I mean, we won't get in that too much because obviously we'll do a review of the whole Pertwee era. Not only have we got to do a
Oh
season
yeah,
11 review, now you've got to review 5 seasons worth of Pertwee as well.
yeah.
Um,
We should probably do an RDT2 review at some point as well.
hey, we don't know that that era is over yet. We don't know.
That's true. That's true.
Um,
Yeah, quite a few reviews to do. But
but it was
yeah,
interesting, wasn't it? The idea of, I thought you've got Campo, and then he's got his future self is sort of like a projection that's out there doing things, and then when he finally kicks the bucket, he regenerates into that future self, into Choji. Um,
yeah,
and I don't know if you twigged like that had sort of been seeded earlier in the story as well, when the Doctor did speak quite early on about the hermit who lived on the mountain and when he was younger and stuff. I think you might
oh
have been,
yes, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That rings a
yeah.
bell.
But I think he also mentions something about it to Joe in one of the stories as well about this figure. Like,
Yeah.
and so it is there are bits that are seeded earlier on, even if, I don't know if it was necessarily heading towards regeneration at that point, but the thought of having this character appear.
It's interesting, isn't it? Well, I don't think I expected that the classic hero would actually have quite a few Time Lords, because we've had the monk, although he wasn't called a Time Lord at that point, but he's clearly a
Sure,
Time
but
Lord.
yeah,
The Master, Omega. I mean, we've seen like the whole
we've seen
council,
Time
haven't we?
Lords. Yeah, loads of Time Lords on Gallifrey and in the Three Doctors and the War Games and stuff.
The
And the one
guy
who turned
who,
up in a bowler hat.
yeah, oh yeah, the one who announces the arrival of the Master, and then this dude, what's his
Yeah.
name? El Campo.
Just Campo.
Campo.
El Campo. El Campo. So it's Spanish
That's the
version.
Mexican version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, it's El Campo. That's I'm as bad as he is. Him just like, oh, do not worry, he will regenerate.
The Doctor takes some cheese from him and he says, "That's nacho cheese."
Oh dear.
Right, we're teetering on the
But-
brink of offence, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Sorry, yeah, no offence intended.
But
to
what
any
is nice though
nationalities.
is and they do sort of go explicitly and spell it out, don't they? That what you see in this story is the consequences of the Doctor's actions catching up with him.
Yeah,
And it gets
Yeah.
referenced, doesn't it? That like he says, this is my, because of greed and my thirst for knowledge. Basically, this is all my fault. And that's kind of set in motion, I guess. Is it in the Green Death that at the beginning of that story he goes off and gets the blue crystal?
kind of as a sort of on a holiday, doesn't he? It's just
With like
something
a
he
side
wants
quest.
to do, and it does
Yeah.
it does sort of save lives in the Green Death, so it's not like all bad. But
Yeah,
yeah, that's interesting. Is the scene, yeah, the kind of reckless figure, and it kind of, brings about kind of a lot of what happens in this story and his own death ultimately, I guess, in a way.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because that spider, if it had had the crystal all along, it would have just sizzled itself early on, wouldn't it? And then
That's true. Yeah.
save everyone a lot of trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But no, I mean, I think, yeah, I don't know if it's like the greatest kind of end for a Doctor, but there's certainly a lot of nice ideas in there,
Yeah.
in this story.
it's certainly not like up there with the great Pertwee stories, but it's a good
No.
story, and it's a good way to go out, isn't it?
Yeah, you could have gone out a lot worse, that's for sure. So, and I think those
Oh,
last
yeah.
scenes, particularly this last episode, I think is quite strong in terms of setting up for it and the interactions there.
What would be the worst Pertwee story for him to go out on? Like Colony in Space or something?
Yeah,
No,
Monster
there was
Paladin,
a worse one than that, wasn't there? Surely. That can't have been the
it-
worst Pertwee
It's the
story.
mutants and stuff, wasn't
Oh,
there?
yeah.
That wasn't.
Even that was
Yeah.
interesting. They're really, and now it's ended. We can sort of definitive. Well, we'll say this in the Pertwee review more fully, but yeah, there really aren't any sort of real duds.
Not hugely, to be honest. No, even the slightly less good ones are not awful. So it
We
is
struggled a bit with Peladon, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah. And I think this last season, again, as we get into our review, is probably his weakest overall.
Yeah.
I think a few people said that Barry Letts, the producer, and someone else as well. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think who it was, but basically they're all on the way out at this point. So I think there's an element of kind of like, well, when people have already handed in their notice and you just sort of
Treading
get
water.
through the job. Yeah, exactly, treading water. So I think there's an element of slightly, maybe running out of ideas and lost the passion for it. And there's a sense of that creeps in. And I think there were budget issues as well, and things. I think someone said inflation was very high, and so they were struggling a lot with that. So you can see that there. But so it'll be interesting going into a new season. Although I think Baker's first season, I think they had set a lot of it in motion the production team who are going out had set a lot of it in motion already. So I think you're going to won't necessarily see a huge change coming into it straight away. I think I'm right in saying so. So that story also there we got the sort of redemption. So it's interesting. We think there's a bit of an arc going on here, haven't we? Because we've got the Blue Crystal arc, but we've got in this season the Mike Yates arc as well.
Yeah.
And he sort of gets a redemption, doesn't he, in this story? I'm pretty sure I'm right to say that actually I don't think we ever see Yates again.
Oh wow.
So whilst we do have some unit involvement still coming into the next era, I don't think Yates appears again. Richard Franklin was the actor, so he only passed away about sort of a year or so ago, or maybe within the last 2 years. I think he died on Christmas Day or something.
Wow.
He was really quite old, and he was very much kind of active in Doctor Who stuff till near the end. I think he went to a lot of conventions, and he was always very very actively involved and wanting to meet the fans and do what he could for stuff. So yeah, it just shows that even, I suppose really in terms of screen time, he doesn't have a huge amount even in comparison to people like the Brigadier and maybe Benton, but he certainly became a firm sort of part of that unit family through this era. So
Totally. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Bit of an end of an era.
literally.
Well, we'll dive more into all that and Pertwee's era as a whole in the season review when we get to those. But yeah, Paul, it's been a pleasure.
And yes, of course, it's been a pleasure as well to be there with you at the end of this.
Yes.
The end of all things. Not the end of all things, just the Pertwee era. So
Yeah. I just want to say, as long as there's life, there's. Anyway. Yeah, let us know what you think of that episode and story in the comments. Do pop your questions in for our upcoming Season 11 review live stream. Do join the Discord if you haven't done so already. And check out our Patreon for the full commentary track. All the links in the description below. But thanks for watching. Goodbye, everyone.
bye-bye.